The best VR game has gotten better and better and better. And I don't get tired of saying this. Now, this is not just the best Quest game. This is the best VR game. Ghost of Tabor has now officially teased or kind of officially announced that they will be on board fully with PSVR 2. And then, although there was leaks already, we already kind of knew that they had to. They were saying yes and confirming. They kind of gave a mini visual about this. And giving that visual helps out so much for virtual reality. Because again, a lot of the things that, like, one thing I really want to go to is the fact that there was a poll going down on Twitter that what is the best FPS game? And a lot of people were putting like Pavlov, but the reason why there was more votes towards like Pavlov and stuff is because games like Contractors, games like Ghost of Tabor, and other games like that are not even on PSVR 2. So it was kind of just this unfair voting system at what was happening. There's a other couple of FPS games, right, that are not on PSVR 2. I think I'm missing one. It's Contractors, Ghost of Tabor, and something else, man. It's not coming to my mind right now. If y'all know it, make sure y'all comment down below. Y'all let me know what's up with that. But them now saying that they are coming to PSVR 2 lets you know that they are officially releasing next year. They are on App Lab Games, so please do not be like, I got it on Quest. Well, we know, yes, we do know. It is on App Lab Games, but it's officially still in beta mode. When they release to the actual store next year, then they're really, I guess, I'm assuming they're starting this massive takeover that they're going to be doing. And this game already won VR Game of the Year. And now they're expanding even further, which is huge for virtual reality. Again, for visuals, for single player type campaign gameplay, Asgard's Wrath 2 is incredible for that. For multiplayer, for now, in the current time, Ghost of Tabor is going to be where it's at when it comes to replayability, realism, tactical, being able to do that. Now, if you want the complete opposite, I know that there's going to be a great game, and it's called Contractor Showdown. It'll be a battle royale. That's going to be more of the arcadey side of virtual reality. So if you want a fast Warzone appeal battle royale that kind of is not more military aspect versus just being like population one and a little bit more respectable, Contractor Showdown is going to be the way to go. It's fast, it's rapid, and it's going to be the most respectable VR game to play if you want to play esports and you want to be highly, and I mean highly competitive, like literally competitive. Like, this thing is sweaty. They have their alpha test right now, and that shit is going crazy right now. But Ghost of Tabor giving us this and expanding this helps out so much for the longevity of virtual reality, because in my opinion, Asgard's Wrath, Ghost of Tabor, and Contractor Showdown right now are kind of really pushing the VR gaming essence to a higher tier, which we have been needing. And I'm glad Asgard's Wrath, because that is AAA gaming. At least Resident Evil 4 PSVR 2 AAA gaming has pushed that forefront. And also how I've gone into my opinions about PSVR 2 having the right idea of virtual reality currently. A lot of people still don't really like to be putting virtual reality on the main stage, meaning it being a main platform, the way Quest promotes itself as a standalone. And I'm a huge Quest advocate. Like, I love that it's standalone, it's easier, it's affordable. At least kind of. Quest is not that much more affordable than a PSVR 2, but that's a conversation we'll save for later. By the time you buy all the shit for Quest and everything that you actually need, because the head straps are terrible, surrounding is terrible, to get the actual, like, that's again another conversation. But doing that really does help out as they push themselves as a main platform, Quest. PSVR 2 understands that virtual reality is not at that mainstream component yet. Now, these games are going to help. The three games I just mentioned, which was Asgard's Wrath, is going to help a little bit more with the single player side. Resident Evil 4 helps out on the player side, the single player side. And those two are like more graphically inclined, where it's respectable to look at these games for VR, right? Be like, oh shit, like VR has huge chances now. Unless you're just super optimistic like me, then you know, like, other games have way more potential also. But when you see the exact results, you know, Asgard's Wrath, Resident Evil 4, PSVR 2, you're like, okay, cool. Like, these games look visually appealing. It's a great game also, inside and out. All right, cool. I believe in VR right here. That's for single player. for the multiplayer type and for the replayability, for extraction, for realism, and for full immersion, games like Ghost of Tabor is at the forefront of that. And again, them coming to PSVR 2, I feel they'll probably have way better graphics. Maybe, I don't know, it might be a huge battle between the PSVR 2 and the PC version. We don't know yet, depending on how it optimizes. I mean, some people could have hot takes that it might actually perform better or be far more optimal on a PSVR 2 versus PCVR version, because PCVR version is great. So again, it's not even in its full complete stage yet. It officially releases next year. And then you have on the other side, you have Contractors Showdown, which will be highly competitive with clean graphics. Contractors is clean graphics, man. If you play PCVR and Quest, it's a clean game. It's not the best of the best looking, but it's very clean. It is very like interactive, and it's engaging. It's fast. It's very respectable, and it's the only FPS game you ever want to play if you want to get into like real longevity FPS competitive, like what I said earlier, esports, etc. And I would say not just the interaction, but just the way everything, the mechanics of the game are real smooth, just like the way Resident Evil 4 is very smooth and reloading, and how you're stacking the guns and how you're carrying your loot, and just everything's very, very seamless and respectable at the same time. So there's easy parts for entry-level VR users, and there's parts all the way to advanced, which you always need in a VR game. When you make a VR game, the first thing you need to look into is how optimized can I make this game for very much casuals, for older people or younger kids, all the way to intermediate users, kind of like myself, where I fall into the immediate / sweaty ass user of a VR game platform, etc. You want to look into those of how can I correlate the balance between those, and that's a tough seasoning for VR. So that's why Ghost of Tabor really does have that. It's great for like beginners, kind of like it's a slower pace. It's not necessarily like this crazy run and gun game, but it has the realism, the immersion. Then it also has a skill level. Then you have like the actual practice modes, and then you also have the PvE experience, and then you have the PvP experience around it too. So that what they're doing with PSVR 2 again is the main reason why they had single-handedly carried Quest this whole damn year. There's literally any video that I even talk about in terms, at least prior to this, has been a successful video just due to the game having its credibility alone. And that shows a lot, and their trailers show a lot, their marketing shows a lot, what they do with their community shows a lot, and how they constantly interact. And then winning VR Game of the Year. I think they're going for Steam VR Awards Game of the Year also. And then they had the PSVR 2 launch, and it's no wonder why this game is damn good, and it deserves. And I'm not even like a huge player of Ghost of Tabor, but I love to give it its props and bring it to the light and give them their roses, because what they're doing has never been done in VR. A beta game won VR Game of the Year, which shows how hard they were carrying virtual reality this whole time. Ghost of Tabor knows what the hell they're doing. Their marketing team, their devs, whoever is involved, much respect. Combat Waffle, they just need to all give themselves massive praise, because they are way ahead of the line. Contractors is one of those too, and it just, trust me, if you want to know where the direction of VR can go, then it's definitely a game. And them going to PSVR 2 is going to open up even more eyes of the commercial. In my opinion, right now, the most commercial headset, I mean, it's not affordable, but it has way more depth and quality, is the PSVR 2, just because it is attached to a PlayStation. But again, it's going to bring the most AAA games, it being virtual reality being the extension and not being the main platform, versus Quest is a lot more narrow, not really depth, due to it being a standalone. But I feel like they aim more for the gimmicks to try to sell it, versus them actually trying to deliver quality stuff. That hopefully we get Grand Theft Auto and all this shit. I mean, there's just so many games that they've announced already that we haven't got. So let's just hope and see. Let's hope and see, man. Let's see if they can build it. But yeah, y'all gotta let me know what's up. What are y'all excited for coming around? And holy shit, it's almost 2024. It's crazy, man. Peace.